apparently there was some sort of warning that a certain town, and I don't know what town it was big, was became famous. Okay, it became famous because apparently this fella, Paul Revere, and two other men, I'll have to put my glasses on to read it, two other men, Paul Revere, an activist, okay, so that goes to Big Keven and Steve Montelli, in quotation marks, an activist in the Patriot movement, rode that night with two other men, Samuel Prescott, I think his name was Samuel Prescott Smith, but I'm not sure, and William Dawes. Only one of them successfully reached a place called Concord to warn of the British invasion. So at this point, we have to talk about what's like I just spoke with you a few minutes ago. I just woke up and had an idea. So, and Lyrish, oh boy, we have shout outs for you from the deep, Lyrish and Chi Corsairs and Big E and Philippines on Demand and Arcelius Corner. I did about 20 shout outs from the deep and from the shallow parts of the Bohol Sea yesterday. And each person got an individual shout out. So I just want you to know that it's taking 2.5 hours to upload the gentleman who does the different shows. Some of them are age restricted and some of them are not, but all of them are interesting, and every one of them has a concept based on either facts or fiction and or satire. And you will have to be the person to go to the Big In Cebu show every day at 5 o'clock Philippines time to find out whether it's fact, fiction, or satire. So let me get, Jack Thompson is in the house. Wow, welcome to the machine, Jack Thompson. I gave you a shout out in the deep yesterday as well. Comments on Big, watch the rest of the Big Keven show where Big Keven is likened unto Paul Revere because he is bringing the information, and it didn't happen, but Big Keven, Steve Montelli, and Paul Revere, they all have things to say, and they're all putting their shows on the line. Of course, Steve Montelli does it free of charge. Then we have Big Keven, who is more about whether or not Big Keven's channel is a proper drama channel. Then you got to go over and look at Big Keven's channel, and always Steve Montelli's channel, are all communicating with each other, sharing their ideas, and they've started a trend on YouTube of people becoming friends with one another. Probably a lot of it is due to the lockdown, and in retrospect, though, there are a lot of people that didn't know each other that were brought together. The Chi Corsairs channel and the Big E channel. The Big Keven channel, well, he's always had a big following of people that communicate with one another, not all of which I happen to like, but still, they are real people in real life that have real jobs, as opposed to some channels that don't have any real content on the channel. And we're going to talk about some of the channels with low degrees of content and how they don't actually tell you the truth about certain things, and more importantly, about sea urchins and how sea urchins gather in the ocean. So they have a lesser degree of, if there was a scale of percentage of truth in some of the commentaries, I would say it was a low percentage. And I'm about to share a video with you about how sea urchins gather on the ocean bottom in 3 feet of water, and how dangerous sea urchins can be to the humans that walk through the ocean without protective shoes on if you bring yourself to a hospital. with 2 or 3 sea urchin thorns in your foot. They will not remove them individually. They will not be at the ocean bottom, and how dangerous it can be if you're not looking down at where you put your feet and you don't have shoes on. So let's go back up to the comments. We have Dr. Page High. Okay, he would be the person that can confirm that my video that I'm going to show you about sea urchins, what would be able to be done if a person had 200 thorns from sea urchins in their feet. Urchins break off, and they kind of almost dissolve immediately. They're fine. They're like like the thickness of a pin, and they go in and without an individual operation like a cutting ceremony for each thorn, sea urchin's thorns, it will dissipate. But in between the time you step on them and 2 months from now, and also Dr. Page High will be able to confirm that what I explained in one of my videos is that if you rub up against a rope that's been in the ocean or a buoy line, there's a algae on the ropes, but mixed in with the algae are different kinds of bacteria and bacterium. And in the algae of the ropes mixed in with it, I want to give a little shout out to Steve Montelli before my live stream data gets used up and the live stream ends. And then I'm going to turn the camera around and show you how the sea urchins gather in flocks or hordes in a certain water depth. Now, the depth of the water depends over an 8-20. Let's get these bad boys off the screen because these represent the Paul Reveres of YouTube. And of course, as stated, Keven is exposing the scams of the females that tried to scam him, and now they're working on someone else. I myself, now you know that nothing that I've ever said on YouTube is the truth, because if you're watching the other people's channels and their informational documentaries that they do, you'll know that because I have a fedora on my head, nothing that I say is truthful. So don't take anything that I ever say as the truth, because I have applied for 6 different licenses to scam people. Okay, 6 different licenses to scam people. And each one of these licenses takes a few weeks or a month to get processed to have the proper governmental paperwork processed. And then when those are processed, all 6 of those documents will be presented on YouTube. And then I, Michael Fazio, will be a legitimate scammer. So don't take anything that I say as truthful, because I have the fedora and I'm running about 12 or 13 different scams right now on YouTube. Right now, there are videos where you can go and donate money to a Patreon account with over 1,000 videos on my Patreon account, or you can click the donation button at the bottom, which YouTube put there so that people like myself could earn a living on YouTube, or you could go to Big Kevin's channel and send him money also for his ads and time consumption. And of course, Brit in the Philippines is also a channel where you can get information about the Philippines. I can run a legitimate scam. Now, I put Paul Revere in there because Paul Revere warned the people of the up-and-coming worldwide global catastrophe that's in the process of being perpetrated on the people. You want truth. If you want to know what's going on today, right now, today, and when the plan to make Steve Montelli, he's got the big boys, he's risking his channel, he's not risking his reputation, He's risking his channel. He might even be risking his job to put that video on his page. And I'm not being facetious. I'm telling you that the video that Steve Montelli has on his channel right now may get his channel taken down. That's how much truth is in the video. And now I'm going to go to the comments. I'm going to take these bad boys off of here. Well, I can go to the comments without doing that. And then thank you, John Escape, for working the chat room. So we have Chi Corsairs, we have John Escape, we have Straight from the or not these thorns can be taken out of your feet. Richard Howe, you keep buffering. Well, I can't do anything about that. Let me, if I'm buffering, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this video over again. And not from my tablet of this is crazy that YouTube and in the year 2020 you can't get a decent signal, and I have I'll just restart the video. I don't care how many times I do it. I'm gonna restart it. It's buffering for me right now. I think I subscribed. I looked at the video where the gentleman was building a 2 stories, and you asked him if he had the floor, if he was going to put a floor. All right, look, these are the boys of Steve Montelli. This is terrible. This is terrible. The buffering. Am I still buffering? Let me see if I can get a comment up there. Am I buffering? Okay, I am buffering. I'm going to start a new live stream. Unbelievable. All right, and you asked him if he had the floor. If he was okay, Chi says no buffering. Okay. Okay. All right, Chi, thank you. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to turn the camera around. John says buff. I'm going to turn the camera around and let you watch a video that I just loaded. And if Dr. Page, hi, Big Kevin, welcome to the machine. I hope that we have in today's world. No, I'm going to turn it around. And I have to get a video up on the screen. Let's see if I can shut off the sound. I don't know whether I'll open this up. It's a 3-minute video, and I'm going to turn the camera around. You're going to see that what I said, because I have been called a fraud and that I don't know how sea urchins gather in flocks or hordes. So here is the video, and let's go to the video itself. And that's the video on my upload. It just uploaded like an hour ago. And I'm going to show you how sea urchins gather on the ocean bottom. After that, other bacterium attaches itself to the algae. So I'm up on my screen, and I'm going to try to get no doctor will try to remove the thorns, maybe 1 or 2 perhaps, but the man who I talked about had doctors try to pull these thorns out individually. So I have my screen on. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just. John says if he had hair, he would pull. Okay, I'm not even. Okay, this is amazing what's going on. Quality of my images. Nice, Jack. So Jack is figuring out a scam for Florida when he goes to Florida, and so I'm going to go back to the comments on my home page. So with go Bobo sister, welcome welcome to the machine. Some truth to what you say, Go-Go. Dennis Adam. The video isn't available at the selected quality. Please try again later. Bad connection. Okay, I'm going to start this over from the beginning. I'm going to change venues. I'm going to put it on my tablet. I'm going to start my Wi-Fi. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to end the stream. I'll be back in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Sorry about that. I can't refresh the page. It won't refresh, Jay. It's the computer. It's not the tablet. Okay, ending the stream.